I had this image that cancer always got cured, people always got better. So to be confronted with the fact that not only that isn't really what happens, and I was one of those people that it was happening to, that was a shock for me. My name's Kat, I'm 24, I'm from London, and I was diagnosed with a soft tissue sarcoma when I was 22. The first time I had symptoms was in the last year of my degree in 2016, around January time, and my symptoms were quite dramatic. I was like fainting on public transport, I was coughing up blood. So all in all, it took 18 months for me to finally get a diagnosis, at which point I was told there was very little that could be done because my cancer had spread. It was really hard to relate to my friends. They were still going to work, going to the gym, getting promotions at work, going out with their boyfriend, going on dates, going on holidays, doing all these things. And at the time, they'd say, "Oh, what did you do this week?" And I would just be like, "Oh, well, I'm in hospital. That's all I've done. Maybe I've watched a movie that I didn't fall asleep halfway through." And I felt that it was something that nobody would ever be able to look past. And I didn't even blame people for the fact. I just felt like it's a foregone conclusion. I'm now not someone who can be seen as a romantic option. I just didn't think that was something that would happen for me now. So I was diagnosed in August 2017, which is when I met my social worker, Charlotte, and she was amazing, and we've had a really sort of a crazy relationship in a good way, because when we met, I was so poorly. She was actually helping me plan my funeral, and she's seen me, get better in some respects. Obviously, I'm still on treatment, but she's seen me go from being in a wheelchair to walking again. She saw me do so many things with CLIC Sargent. She's seen me publish a book. And all along, it's like, I've got this friend here who always understands. I can go and say, "Oh, well, this is happening now, and what should I do?" And she can give me advice, and she can sympathise with things. And it's kind of like having a big sister, but also one who really understands the ins and outs of things that are really complicated, like cancer treatment and benefits and like university applications. Without CLIC Sargent, I wouldn't have made all the friends I've made. I wouldn't have met my boyfriend. I wouldn't have learned that I'm a strong person who can get involved with things. I wouldn't have found out my interest in charity. And without my CLIC Sargent social worker, I really actually don't know what I would have done, because Charlotte was organising everything. Like talking to the DWP when they were being difficult, talking to the hospital, helping me advocate for myself. I really can't imagine myself sitting here now without her, actually.